break on this story this afternoon, and he joins us now. Corey?
Cuts on the Carbondale campus totaled nearly $13.6 million. That's a 6.4 cut in the current budget. The cuts affect all colleges on campus, but university spokesperson Ray Goldsmith tells me the goal was to minimize the damage to core academic programs. The cuts include 9.6% to research, or nearly $600,000, 2.6% to academics, or nearly $3.9 million. That's the smallest overall cut. Athletics is cut by 10%, and university administration will be cut by 8.2%. That cut to administration totals about $3 million.
Corey, are these all of the cuts that are anticipated, or could there be more?
Well, these are the cuts taking place now. If the state budget comes back and it's higher than anticipated, say 15–20%, then we're going to be seeing more cuts in the future.
All right, thank you very much, Corey. If you liked Corey's story and you want to read it online tomorrow, you can go to dailyegyptian.com. It'll be also in tomorrow morning's edition of the paper. Fire Safety Month is quickly approaching, and it's important for community members to be aware of the potential dangers. Evening reporter Brittany Hardaway has a story.
You may remember this fire that destroyed a home earlier this year in downtown Carbondale.
That fire was actually started by the use of a charcoal grill out on the wood deck outside the house. It was used the evening before, and then it was not fully extinguished, and it was left smoldering near the house.
This incident, like many others, could have been prevented by taking the necessary precautions.
We'd like everybody to have a home escape plan at their house and to practice it.
I sat down with Carbondale's Fire Chief, Steve McBride, who spoke about the best efforts to keep community members safe.
This year's theme for Fire Prevention Month and Fire Prevention Week is hear the beep when you sleep, and that means you should have a working smoke detector near every sleeping area of your home.
Although many people don't think about potential fires, it's important to know what to do in that situation.
And we want people to realize that we don't want you to take your belongings, and we don't worry about going back in and getting pets and things like that. That's for us to come in and protect.
Fire department officials recommend that community members make sure that all grills or other appliances that could cause a fire be fully extinguished in order to prevent future fires.
We want everybody to get out safely, go to a safe meeting place, notify the fire department once you're out. The main thing is getting out of the house and staying out.
Reporting for Evening Edition, Brittany Hardaway.
Carbondale's Fire Department will offer a fire prevention open house on Saturday, October 3rd.
SIU President Randy Dunn just finished presenting his State of the Systems address in Edwardsville this afternoon. Dunn will also deliver his speech in Carbondale Thursday from 9 to 10:30 in the Student Center, Ballroom C and D. The event is open to the public. Well, it was another beautiful and sunny day.
It really was. I'm ready for it to get a little bit cooler outside. Sydney, can you please tell me if it's gonna?
Okay, well, it is going to get a little bit colder, but other than that, I mean, that's pretty much only at night. However, during the mornings and in the midday, it is going to warm up. As you can see over here in the midday, it's going to be about 81 degrees. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be around 62, but it's only going to get colder as the nights go on. But I will have all that and more in my full forecast.
Local police departments in 32 state will get federal money for body cameras on police uniforms. The Justice Department says the cameras will improve transparency, accountability, and credibility of the officers. The money is in addition to the President Obama's proposal to purchase 50,000 body cameras within 3 years. SIU police say they are aware of the funding, but have no plans to use the body cameras.
The Illinois Department of Agriculture is urging farmers to look for tar spot disease on corn crops. The disease was found in Bureau, DeKalb, and LaSalle counties in Illinois. The Ag Department says farmers should look on brown lesions on leaves followed by black spore-producing structures that'll make the leaves feel rough or bumpy. When we come back, find out how far $20 can go in another country.
People in Hardin County are coming together, hoping to save a young girl's life.
For the Kids' Sake is a nonprofit charity organization that's holding a 5K race this Friday at Turley Park in Carbondale. I caught up with the organization's director, Shema Ruperto, who told me what makes this 5K stand out from the rest. There's a 5K marathon charity event that will be happening on September 25th in Carbondale at Turley Park. Anyone is welcome to participate, and the proceeds from this 5K go to a special cause.
For Kids' Sake supports thousands of children in Bangladesh. We have 6 orphanages and schools throughout the country. We educate 4,000 students and take care of 550 orphans on a daily basis.
For the Kids' Sake has offices all over the world and one locally here in Carbondale. SIU student and intern Ryan Edwards says he came to fulfill a scholarship hour requirement, but stayed because he believes in the cause.
I meet my hour requirement within 2 weeks. So after that, I just hang around because it's an awesome environment. It's a great cause. All the money goes there without any administrative costs taken out. There's a very direct relationship with the kids in Bangladesh. They go to visit periodically, and it's just such a loving environment. I don't know. I feel like I'm working towards something instead of just filling a requirement.
And unlike many charities, director Shema Ruperto will tell you exactly where your money is going.
Money goes so far in Bangladesh. That's what we're so fortunate for. For example, $500 will support an orphan for an entire year. And when you register for the event with a $20 registration fee, you'll be guaranteed a t-shirt, and that $20 is enough to provide 60 meals to orphans.
And as for the 5K itself, you do not have to have prior experience to participate, and it's not about the race necessarily, but more about the experience as a whole.
It's really an event that brings the community together. You see all ages there. There was a woman who's 71 who did it last year, and she's planning on doing it again.
After the event, we have music, food, a hula hoop performance, a hip-hop performance. It turns into a fun evening event.
For River Region Evening Edition, I'm Zach Barrett. Pre-registration is over for the race, but if you would still like to run, you may go on the day of the race and sign up for $5 more.
Hardin County High School is hosting a bone marrow and stem cell drive in honor of one of their students. 19-year-old Corey is in need of a stem cell transplant. The teenager was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia 1 year ago. The organization known as Delete Blood Cancer will administer the drive on Thursday from 1 to 7 p.m. in Elizabethtown. People between the ages of 18 and 55 and who are in good health can become part of the donor registry. Those who will match will be contacted.
Summer is over, but some people's allergies are getting worse. Ragweed releases pollen in late August, but that pollen can linger into the fall. And another big contributor is mold, which breeds in wet leaves. Also, when it's time to turn on the heater, dust can be stirred up in your home as well. To help with these fall allergies, you can make an appointment at the SIUC Student Health Center.
A teenager is being called a hero for saving the life of an elderly man after his wheelchair got stuck on railroad tracks. Ashley Aldridge, a young mother of 2, is credited with saving 75-year-old Earl Moorman. Moorman's motorized wheelchair got stuck on railroad tracks near his home in Auburn near Springfield. Aldridge heard Moorman screaming and ran out of the door as an approaching train blasted its horn. The 19-year-old mother was rewarded for her good deeds with a shopping spree to her local grocery store in nearby Chatham.
A burglar was convicted yesterday after attempting to break into a man's home to steal his appliances. According to the St. Clair County Sheriff, Norman Chamness of Percy was caught attempting to break into a home to steal their washer, dryer, refrigerator, and their lawnmower. Yesterday, Chamness was sentenced to 8 years in prison for the attempted robbery.
The University of Illinois school may close several agricultural centers as part of a method to reduce costs tied to declining state support. The budget cuts will impact agronomy and agricultural research centers near Vandalia, St. Charles, and DeKalb. The Dixon Springs Center here in Southern Illinois is expected to remain open but may lose staff. Neil Merchant, the Associate Dean for Research of the university's College of Agriculture, Consumer and Environmental Science, says the college may lose nearly $4 million in state funding this year. One of the 2 inmates is back in custody from a minimum Drakian jail in Kentucky. Christopher Cornelius and Matthew William Johnson, who were previously arrested for possession of heroin, escaped from the Louisville Metro Department of Corrections. Police say the pair tied sheets together and climbing the roof during an interior work detail. Cornelius is currently back in custody, however, Johnson remains uncaptured.
Pope Francis arrived in Washington, D.C. earlier today, where he was greeted by Barack Obama. D.C. is the first of 3 cities the Pope will be visiting. Among many other things, the Pope plans to hold an outdoor mass in Philadelphia this Saturday. 18,000 people are signed up to see the Pope, which makes this the most monumental gathering of Catholic families in the world. While the Pope's visit is considered a national security event, the Secret Service and FBI are coordinating one of the largest security operations in history. Well, today's the last day of summer, and Sydney Kessler will be in to tell us what we can expect in the next few days.
And Laura this afternoon, get the full story on the Nightly Business Report at 5:30.
But that's something everyone needs to know. Our winter this summer, or our winter this season, there we go, is going to be a lot different than what we've been expecting the past couple of years. So be prepared. It's going to be a little bit drier and hopefully not as much snow. Let's keep our fingers crossed for that one.
All right, thank you, Sydney.
Thanks, guys.
The women's golf team had an amazing weekend.
Plus, the Cardinals get ready for another game tonight as they take on the Reds. Orlando Totley has more in sports. Orlando.
Thanks, guys. The women's tennis team began their season with competition at the Central Arkansas Tournament. We go into more details with SIU making cuts in athletics, and we have an injury update on SIU football player Cody Kreider. All this and more when we come back. Recoveries. The Jets play on Sunday against the Tennessee, and the Colts head to Tennessee this next season. Well, yeah, man, it looked like the Colts really looked bad this season, but they're 0-2, but they should have a better time this next game.
It's early.
Yeah, it's really early.
Very early, just 2 games into the season. We're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the team. They're
Right.
fine. Everyone's fine. Thank you, Orlando.
We'll be right back.
We're Sydney.
Brings the arts home.
Here are some of the stories making news in the days ahead. President Randy Dunn presents the State of the System address on Carbondale's campus on Thursday. We take a look at the care provided at Carterville's new cancer center, and the Salukis have their home opener this Saturday against the Liberty Flames. Join us Monday through Thursday at 5 for River Region Evening Edition.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and at River Region News. I'm Cody Essian.
And I'm Zach Barrett. For Sydney Kessler, Orlando Totley, and more than 100 students who work on Evening Edition, have a great night.
River Region Evening Edition is made possible through the membership support of viewers like you, with additional support from Country Insurance and Financial Services and WSIL